Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. As you saw from the title today, we are doing a nighttime routine with me. This is an updated version as I now live with my parents until I can get my house finished as it is being built with Habitat for Humanity. So as you saw, my bedroom is super dirty, and we're first starting with laundry. I'm gonna go ahead and sort the things that I still need to wash, and then I'll also go ahead and fold all the things that are on top of the bed. So the next part, I went ahead and put my daughter to bed, and this is why it's so dark. So I just am closing her door, and I grabbed her book bag out of her room so I could go ahead and clean it out for the evening. I try to do this almost every night, if not every night. She was bringing home her iPad, and we were having to charge it I would probably do it like every other night, but they asked to do it every night, but it held the charge pretty well. So I'm just going to go ahead and plug that in. We don't have to do that anymore, thank goodness, because it was honestly so heavy for them. She's only in kindergarten, but they were doing it because of like weather type stuff. So super happy not to have to do this anymore. But that's what we're doing, and then I'm gonna go ahead and get our lunches packed. I didn't film our bedtime routine just because it's a little bit difficult to do that, but essentially what we do is, since I'm with my parents, my daughter likes my mom for her to read her books, and they lay down for a little bit, and then I put her in her bed, say goodnight, and I set like a 2-minute timer, and I stay in there with her until then. And then once the timer's up, I leave, and then she goes to sleep on her own. And it has worked out really well for us. I actually struggled a lot when she was probably like 2 and 3 because she wasn't sleeping in her own bed, or she would come into my room. But since we've been here, and then when I lived on my own the last like year or so, it's actually, she's done super well with it, which I'm super happy. And I tried to be somewhat strict and keep a pretty good routine, so I think that had kind of helped too. So usually I would also, excuse me, try to like cook a meal at night. But honestly, my mom cooks a lot and kind of cooks all of our meals for us. I have made some soup and a couple things, and I try like at least once a week to make something or give a recipe suggestion, and she will like make it for me just because I work all day, and then she can kind of get it started like before I get home. So I absolutely love to cook, but it just makes it a little bit difficult when you're not in your own home. So I'm excited to get back to cooking on my own, hopefully, but it's also been really nice, like not having to do it every single night. I'm super lucky and grateful and blessed. Anyway, so I am making a turkey wrap for myself for lunch for the next day. Just putting like some cheese, turkey, mayo, and some peppers on there. I don't really like the peppers on there, but I wanted to add some kind of veggie on there, so I am just doing that. And this really helps just prep for the morning. I am not a morning person at all, and so I feel like this really helps. I'd rather stay up a little bit later at night and get all of this done than have to do it in the morning. And this lunch was easy for my daughter. I'm just showing you everything I put in here. Just some carrots, strawberries, her Lunchable, and then her Capri Sun. And I always pack an apple and a banana for the most part, and then I will put the rest of my lunch in the fridge. So now we are starting on finishing up some dishes. And then I don't usually start this. My mom usually does, and I try to unload it at night if it needs to be unloaded, and then I try to wash any dishes that are left. So now we're getting started on some laundry. I usually start this after I finish taking a shower because I like to have hot water for my shower. So I went ahead and finished my shower, just obviously drying off. I prefer to shower at night. I just feel like it's easier to do that. And like I said, I am not a morning person at all. So absolutely not for me to shower in the morning. So now I'm just going to go ahead and do my skincare, and then I'm going to go up and fold the laundry that I still have, and I'll also, I don't think I showed this, but I also will come back down here and brush my hair and brush my teeth. As you can see, I also took my contacts out and I put my glasses on. I almost forgot to say that just because I do it every night. And then I'm going to do a little bit more skincare. So I did I think it's the Ordinary. I'm not exactly sure which serum it is. I'll have to look. And then I do have some tretinoid cream that sometimes I put on my face. I don't use this very often because my acne is pretty much cleared up, but I like to think that it helps with scarring because I have some pretty bad scarring on my cheeks still. So I always do that, and then make sure to wash my hands. And then, like I said, we are going to head upstairs and get pajamas on and get started on the laundry. So I'm noticing as I rewatch this that my shorts kept riding up really bad, so I apologize for that. I feel like every time I move in these pajamas, the shorts unfortunately ride up a little bit, but I would have to say that laundry is my most hated chore. I think because it just like never ever ends, and it has to be done like basically every single week, at least for me. I almost wish I could have this serviced out. I think if there was one thing that I could do, it would be that, even though I equally hate dishes as well. So my camera's on my dresser, so that's why I'm so close, and I'm just putting all of my clothes away. I really need to go through my sock drawer and figure out socks that I need to get rid of. I feel like that, and then like my underwear drawer, are the ones that get the most like disorganized, you could say, and I need to get rid of things pretty often with those, whether I lose a sock or something just doesn't fit. But anyway, I am so happy to be done with this, and I honestly cannot wait to get into bed at this point. I feel like the days are extremely long, but I try to, when I wash my hair, I try to stay up a little bit later so that I can kind of let it dry, because I know it's really bad to let your hair or have your hair wet and sleep. So I am putting those clothes down on the floor to fold another day. And then part of my nighttime routine is I take my vitamins, and then I also have, I think it's calcium, magnesium, and zinc. And I take that as I'm trying to bump up my calcium intake, because I don't drink milk very well, and I haven't really for most of my life. So anyway, now it is finally time for me to get into bed. I am so excited. This is my favorite part of the day, and I love to read books. And so this, like I said, is my favorite time of the day. I get to enjoy reading my book, and this one's called Pretty Girls. It was really, really good. It was kind of, I guess, inappropriate, you could say, or just like really, I was surprised at how gory it was, and I don't remember reading that in the description, but anyway, it was really, really good. So that is pretty much the end of the nighttime routine. So thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you, and hopefully you will stick around for more life updates. I am waiting to get some more updates on my house, and I'm super excited to hopefully share that with everyone. And I hope everyone is doing super well. Happy Easter, and I hope to see you in my next one. Thanks, and we'll see you then. Bye.